All right, business owners, today I am talking about how to tank your brand and your business in 3 easy steps using a recent real-world example, Bud Light. These are things you will want to avoid at all costs, so please do not actually do this. Welcome to the Knowledge Gap Podcast. I'm your host and founder, Joe Ignace, and I'm the owner of the Knowledge Gap Company, where I help business owners grow their businesses through developing and improving their personal brands and marketing funnels. So why is the lucky winner today Bud Light?
Bud Light, because no one's buying this crap. But Bud Light.
Bud Light could lose its status.
Get it?
If you've been under a rock for the past 20 days or so, you may not have heard this, but you've probably heard about Bud Light's really great marketing campaign that they recently ran with a person named Dylan Mulvaney. This was an extremely controversial marketing campaign that has resulted in a 21% plus decrease in overall sales due to the lack of connection with their audience. This is a perfect case study for what not to do when it comes to marketing. So check out this video right here about what the heck happened.
Bud Light could lose its status as the nation's top-selling beer over the backlash from its partnership with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney. So far, Bud Light sales reportedly already plunging 26%.
For Bud Light, I think this is an unmitigated disaster.
Well, as you might expect, there was a slightly negative reaction.
Action!
So cheers to all the beers out there, but Bud Light. That's good.
The people like the humor of the people that like Bud Light, and so they're gonna change that with this crazy attention.
Yeah, I got Bud Light back there.
Is it on sale? You're not out of it, are you?
Nope. Got tons, 80% off.
80% off?
What the hell? Hey, Bud Light, my mom's been a woman for 23,725 days. You didn't put her face on a can.
Definitely not the higher ups who I think a couple people have been fired at this point. So it's like Bud Light didn't realize that its target audience were blue collar conservative Americans who own guns that would hate their marketing campaign. So let's break this down for why this absolutely tanked Bud Light sales and what you should avoid going forward with your marketing campaigns and content creation. All right, so number 1, Bud Light wasn't focused on its ideal audience. So with whatever industry that you're in, I work with a lot of realtors, so I'll use that example. It's a personal branding industry with real estate. There's a million realtors. How do you connect with people who want to work with you? It's all about your personal brand, which means communicating people your value and your integrity and your service in the simplest way possible, right? So if you want to destroy your brand, start by focusing on the opposite of what your target audience would want. For example, if you're somebody whose audience is people who are Christians, start talking about satanic weird stuff. You will lose your entire audience and take your business in no time. So remember, your current clients aren't people you should serve. Instead, do things they completely disagree with. Don't worry, they'll still work with you even if they don't like you. Of course, we've never heard that before. People work with you if they like, know, and trust you. That's what you're trying to do with good marketing and branding. So when you make content, make it for people who agree with you, who care about the same things as you, and don't make it for the naysayers who may yell at you. There are going to be people who do not like your content, and that does not mean that you should change what you're saying, change what you do. You should always say what you believe, and that's going to help your ideal audience. If it doesn't help others, that's okay. If they come across your content and they leave you a negative comment, just brush it off. Who's got time to make negative comments anyway? Probably not people who are busy going and making changes in the world. So step number 2 to tanking your brand and completely destroying your business. Make sure to make content about extremely fringe, controversial political issues that your audience obviously disagrees with. We all know that stamping your flag in the sand and going all in on politics that your ideal audience disagrees with is the absolute best way to grow your business. You may be wondering, why doesn't every business do this? That's because those businesses that don't do stuff like Bud Light just did, they don't know any better. They're marketing like crazy people. Bud Light was extremely politically controversial, and more importantly, they're extremely politically controversial in the opposite direction of what their audience believes. So when you are making content, you want to avoid the fringe political issues because there's a really good chance most of your ideal audience that you want to work with in your business are going to be disagreeing with you, okay? So you can be yourself, but just don't go off the deep end. Stay in the middle on universally accepted ideas, because there's a good way to be controversial in a way that appeals to your ideal target audience that you want to work with, that you want to help with your business, and there's a way to alienate people, and you really don't want to alienate your people. Step number 3 to tanking your brand and completely destroying your business is Remember, when you're leading a business, never ever admit mistakes. The best are the businesses that never accept feedback from their customers, clients, and ideal target audience. People love working with companies and owners who never apologize. I can't even tell you how many times that this has worked for me in the past. I mean, don't you remember that one company that you worked with that really screwed up your order, and then they didn't apologize, didn't give you anything free, and then expected you to come back? I mean, that works all the time. No, obviously this never works, right? So Bud Light, the reason that this is happening to them, they didn't reverse this mistake or admit fault publicly. They didn't even say sorry to their customers who they're obviously bothering with this opposite and controversial marketing campaign. A lot of people that appeals to don't like the ad they ran with Dylan Mulvaney. If you built a following, make sure that you are appealing to your ideal audience. You can't just switch it up, it takes time, right? That is how to completely tank your brand and business in 3 easy steps. And remember, while being controversial can be good, always remember that when you're marketing or creating content that you're making it for your ideal audience. No one else. Appeal to the people who agree with you, who are excited about what you're doing, and don't worry about the people who disagree. And the only reason this has happened to Bud Light, they did the opposite of that advice. So take note and make sure you don't make these mistakes yourselves. This episode is sponsored by Campus Cuts by Monica. Monica has been cutting hair for University of Tennessee students for more than 37 years. If you're a guy and you're going to UTK or you live within 15 to 20 minutes of campus, Monica is the place to go if you want a worry-free, stylish haircut that will make you stand out with the ladies. Did I mention she has a pool table and refreshments while you wait? Follow Campus Cuts by Monica on Instagram and book an appointment by calling her today.